Weeks after Sébastien Lecornu was appointed France's latest prime minister, and he's still trying to build a government. This Friday morning, though, he made an announcement. He pledged not to use a special provision in the Constitution known as Article 49.3 to pass the budget. The measure allows the government to push legislation through the National Assembly without a vote. Here's Lecornu speaking earlier.
There is a functioning parliament which has been elected more than 1 year ago and which represents society with all of its divisions. We therefore cannot bypass lawmakers. It's on the heels of this change in the government's approach, which brings more power to the National Assembly and Senate, that I will resume talks today and in coming days.
Joining me on the set is our French politics editor, Marc Perelman. Hello to you, Marc. We know that 49.3 had become something of a mainstay in Emmanuel Macron's government. So how big of a concession is this?
It is a big concession. It's a mainstay of the Fifth Republic. It's one of the weapons, the so-called nuclear weapon in Parliament, when the government feels it doesn't have a majority to ram through a bill without a vote. In exchange, you're exposed to a vote of no confidence. This is what brought down Michel Barnier when he was prime minister. So it's a big concession. It's a way for Sébastien Lecornu to tell the left, the right, with whom he's negotiating as we speak, that he is open to dialogue, to make some arrangements, and that he will not pull the trigger of this Article 49.3. I mean, this was a surprise announcement. We learned at 8 a.m. Paris time that the Prime Minister would speak at 8:45. This was totally unscheduled. This shows that there's a level of improvisation. Clearly, the problem for him is that all the possible partners are not willing to play game. The leader of the right-wing Conservative Party, Bruno Retailleau, who is the outgoing interior minister, said yesterday night that what we're seeing is not enticing the Conservatives to remain in government. And just a few minutes ago, the leaders of the Socialist Party, after holding talks with the Prime Minister, said the copy of the budget that he presented us is clearly not enough. It is, to quote them, alarming. So, yes, a concession by him, but it's going to be very, very difficult for him to form a government and then to be able to pass a budget through Parliament.
Yeah, and he was appointed, 3 weeks ago, nearly a month ago now, Sébastien Lecornu, Emmanuel Macron's 7th prime minister. So what's next?
Well, what's next is in the coming days, he confirmed that this morning he's supposed to announce a government. As you said, already 3 weeks. That's a very, very long time. So it could happen this weekend, very early next week. And then next week, he is supposed to give his maiden speech before the National Assembly, where he will unveil his program, first and foremost, his budget proposals. The socialists who came out, Marine Le Pen, the leader of the National Rally, who also met with him this morning, saying this is when we'll be able to judge exactly what he will put on the table. For now, and as Sébastien Lecornu said this morning, everyone is posturing, saying this is unacceptable, I won't stay if this remains this way, but clearly there are going to be negotiations this afternoon, probably tonight, all over the weekend. He has to give something to the left, more taxation for the super riches, a bit to the right, still budget cuts, probably less than the outgoing Prime Minister François Bayrou. But just as a final thought, this is again a sign of a weakness, because Sébastien Lecornu essentially is saying, I'm extremely weak, so I will not use the main weapon I have at my disposal, Article 49.3. And his predecessor, François Bayrou, fell because he decided out of nowhere, people didn't really understand why he decided to ask for a vote of no confidence, knowing full well that he would be ousted. And as I said earlier, his predecessor, Michel Barnier, was ousted by a vote of no confidence. So this really shows how precarious the situation is for the Prime Minister. And obviously, if he's not able to garner a majority, if not in his favor, at least a majority not against him, the odds are that he could also be thrown out. And then the question will go back to Emmanuel Macron. Do you keep a parliament that's not working, a prime minister that's not able to garner a majority, or do you decide to call for a snap election? Obviously, when he did so last year, it was a disaster for him. It could be even more of a disaster. So obviously, he has no good choices. He's hoping that Sébastien Lecornu will be able to find a way out of this mess.
All right, Marc. Thank you very much. Marc Perelman, France 24's French politics editor.